Know this, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger, for the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. It is Wednesday, the 17th day of May, 2023, and it is a beautiful day indeed to read our devotional thought from the book Truth for Life by pastor and author Alistair Begg. Today's devotional thought is entitled, A Call to Listen, and the verses today, James chapter 1, verses 19 and 20, which reads, Know this, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger, for the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. That's James chapter 1, verses 19 and 20. Pastor Alistair Begg writes, These verses issue a challenging statement that makes many of us shrimp under the impact of its truth. Whether it's around the dining room table with friends who came over to eat but not really to listen to us talk nonstop, or at the coffee shop where we can't wait to share tidbits from the latest newspaper or book we've been reading. The truth is that many of us do far too much talking. If we ever find ourselves doing all the talking, we can be sure of one thing: we're not listening. While this is true in terms of interpersonal relationships, it is true in relation to the Bible and theology as well. One 19th century pastor wrote about this correlation. There are some people who are always talking, and by their insistent talking, they disable themselves from thinking. They lose the power of grasping the real meaning of anything serious that is said to them. And further, their habits prevent them from listening even to God's Word and from thinking about it. What we most need to listen to is the Word of Truth, James chapter 1, verse 18. We should, James says, receive this Word and then be doers of it. It seems he has in mind the danger of being quick to proclaim the truth to others before really paying proper attention to it ourselves. If being too quick to speak with our tongues make us too slow to listen to God and to others, so also does being quick to anger in our hearts. And in many cases, a fast flow of words is a sign of a quick temper. The individual who talks a lot is often greatly opinionated and grows angry when other people don't share their same strength or feeling. Heat and passion are not necessarily expressions of fidelity and godliness. They may be the opposite, and our forcefulness may be a cause of stumbling rather than of helpfulness. Anger does not produce the righteousness of God in our lives. Our intensity, focus, and emphasis is driven by self-centered annoyance or anger, do not ultimately work God's righteous purposes. Otherwise, Jesus would have operated in a different way than he did, but he was gentle, meek, humble, and persuasive. This is why the cleansing of the temple was so striking in the life of Christ, because it was an unusual, though legitimate, expression of righteous anger. It is God's word that not only gives us life, James chapter 1 verse 18, but also transforms our lives. Aspire to do something transformed, to listen well to God's word and to those around you by being slower to speak and slower to grow angry, so that you will grow in and help others grow in the kind of life that God desires. Very, very good admonition from this devotional thought. Be slow to speak and quick to listen. You can't go wrong by doing that. We trust that this devotional thought was an encouragement to you. And those of you reading through the Bible in a year, your assignment today is 1 Kings chapter 12 and 13, as well as Matthew's Gospel chapter 9, verses 1 through 17. And may the Lord richly bless you. My name is Conwell.